we have to make predictions for WWE Clash of Champions. Now, I am including the King of the Ring in this, even though I don't know if it will be this Sunday. I have no idea. They keep posting conflicting stuff. But as I look at this card, it is long.
Yeah, long.
We're going to need some squashes here, but let's look into it. No DQ, Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan. We didn't need this on this show. It could have just been title matches considering the nature of this show. And then, you know what? They could have saved Reigns and Rowan for maybe the first SmackDown on Fox.
Yeah, they really could have, couldn't they?
Yeah. Who do you see winning this?
I mean, they seem to be going against what used to be the case where Reigns isn't losing this match. Like, that used to be the thing we would say all the time, and then Reigns loses pay-per-view matches all the time now. So it depends on how long they want to extend this for. Are they really pushing Rowan? Do they want to make him seem as though he is this monster who you believe can beat up anybody? If so, then you have him win this match. If only by, like, you know, DQ, like beating up Reigns too much. But it's no DQ match, so now anything goes. So I would not be surprised to see Rowan win this and then the big dog finish the feud strong.
I think Rowan's going to win this. We have Drew Gulak versus Humberto Carrillo and Lince Dorado. I think Gulak retains. Kushida did appear on 205 Live tonight. He's one of my favorite workers in the world, and I look forward to Gulak versus Kushida. Holy crap. But I think Gulak wins this.
Yeah, I think Gulak wins it too, because they think they have that little thing in their back pocket, Kushida versus Gulak. They have that thing that they want to do a little later.
So, yeah, I think the Gulak move is the smart move. He's got a little bit of a buzz about him right now, too, and that's something that brand needs. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross against Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. I think you stick with the hot hand, Bliss and Cross, especially considering that Mandy promo was trash. But I love Mandy Rose and Sonya, and I look forward to this match.
Yeah, it should be a good match. I do think you stay with Alexa and Nikki for a few more months until you've properly built a real contender for the title.
Shinsuke Nakamura defending against The Miz. I don't think they're going to take the title off of Nakamura right now, considering that he's got the new thing with Sami Zayn. But, I mean, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I think the next IC title holder is going to be The Miz, whether they do it here or they run it back because, you know, whatever reason, there was shenanigans, Sami Zayn gets involved, so The Miz gets a match versus Shinsuke Nakamura with Sami Zayn banned from ringside or whatever. I think that eventually the title is going to go back to The Miz and we'll be able to root for him as IC champ in his record-tying reign. But I don't think it necessarily is happening on Sunday.
Up next, it is, yeah, I picked Nakamura for that one, by the way. New Day against the Revival. If Revival win, would be a good way to get them on SmackDown, but there has not been a draft announced. There has not been any real information in regards to that. But I still think the Revival could win this. But then again, I don't think they've signed a new deal. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But what's your pick?
I'm gonna go with FTRKO going out with all the belts. I think they're gonna do something like, yeah, I know, a big swerve there. But especially because we haven't seen Xavier since he hurt his leg, since they broke his leg, quote unquote. We haven't seen Big E in a couple of weeks since they ganged up on him. I think you can tell a cool story with the Revival being the ultimate opportunists and taking advantage of those injuries that both guys had suffered in the past. I think they come out. I think they squeak through and win this thing, and I think they help Randy Orton defeat Kofi later in the night. We'll get to that prediction formally in a second.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. I'm picking the Revival to win, but I think Kofi probably remains WWE champion. He's been champion a while now, since April. Yeah. That's a pretty damn good run there, but I think he needs to beat Randy Orton to kind of solidify that reign too. But then it's like, where do you go from there? Well, there's a lot of places you can go from there because we don't know what the rosters are going to look like next month.
It's true.
I think Kofi's going to win this, but you're picking Orton, and I don't hate that idea with the FTRKO thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a way of doing that, and I don't love the idea of a hot potato, but I could see a way you could get the way to get Kofi to get his title back at Hell in a Cell. That might be something that, and then maybe, continue that through till Royal Rumble time.
As in that's the return match because Revival get involved and it's his way of keeping them out, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins against Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. You giving Strowman and Rollins any chance of retaining here? Because this is the classic setup.
Yeah, it's a classic setup. If it was a decent another tag team, somebody like the Revival or Gallows and Anderson, I would think that it's a certainty that they would lose the belts. Yeah. But with Ziggler and Roode, I still don't buy them as a real team. I just don't. They don't make any sense to me.
They won 5 pinfalls in a week.
I know. It doesn't make any sense to me, so I'm certainly biased in that way. Obviously, either Rollins or Strowman, will they be able to coexist? The answer is always no. So they won't be able to coexist. One of them might turn on the other one after they lose, whatever. We'll see. But I can't imagine that they will be facing each other at the end of the night while still being co-tag champs.
Yeah, I'm going with Ziggler and Roode as well. Bayley defends the SmackDown Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair. I think that this is a toss-up because they could easily switch this back and forth. And you know what, honestly, one of my favorite angles with Charlotte was the Sasha Banks hot potato with the title. I thought that was a really goddamn exciting time in women's wrestling because they were main eventing a lot of shows, and Raw was really good when they were on it. And let's be honest, they want Charlotte's reigns to get up there, Alex.
Yeah, they do. They do. I think it certainly makes a lot of sense for it to go to Charlotte, at least for a little bit. You wonder, if I still somehow think that it's going to be Bayley and Sasha being champion at the end of the night, just because I think that there's something there that they could do that with. Either they both have it or that neither of them do. I don't see it like Sasha winning, taking it from Becky while Bayley loses to Charlotte. I feel like that's not a story that they're going to tell well. I would say Charlotte probably wins this, which means then Sasha loses to Becky.
So you've got Becky going over Sasha?
Yeah.
I do as well. Becky's the hot hand. I feel like you can't just beat Sasha clean right out of the gate, though. I feel like you just brought her back. I don't think you should beat her clean.
No. Certainly she shouldn't tap out to the disarmer or anything. It should be something different than that. I think Becky retains via count out or something, double count out. They can't stop hitting each other.
Something to extend
something
it.
Always extends it.
King of the Ring finals, Baron Corbin, Chad Gable. Don't know if this happened Sunday or Monday. I have asked WWE. I feel like Baron Corbin might win this, but there could be a lot of things worse than Chad Gable winning it. They have set up a run for both of these guys to where it's believable that one would win. But what do you think?
I still think Corbin's winning it. Especially it seems like, yes, I guess you're right. Going over Shane 2 out of 3 falls makes Gable strong, but it does feel like Corbin's destiny is to be that big guy wearing the cape and the crown and carrying the scepter and getting to do that speech where he's like, "You must all now bow down to King Corbin." I don't think Vince can resist doing that stuff.
Hey, that's gonna suck. That promo will suck. But Baron Corbin has had one hell of a run.
Yes.
That power bomb to a deep 6 last night, I was like, shit, man.
Yeah, it's great.
All right. Sign me up. Seth Rollins against Braun Strowman. I think Seth's winning this because Braun's never winning this.
Yeah, I think you're
We
right.
haven't picked AJ Styles and Cedric Alexander. I think AJ retains here because if he doesn't, man, the club's been beat down an awful lot.
I think Cedric is a future multi-time mid-card champ.
Yeah.
I don't think he's winning on Sunday. He's been so good recently, doing amazing stuff. I must have missed watching it live last night. He hit a Michinoku driver on AJ Styles that was a thing of beauty. Yeah. I've never seen, maybe one of the prettiest wrestling moves I've ever seen. I mean, amazing. So he's so great. These guys have, I don't know, I know they've wrestled in the past. I don't know how many times they wrestled in the past, but they have great chemistry. This match could easily steal the show and be the best match of the night, but AJ is winning.
Somebody should be using a snap Michinoku driver as a finish in WWE. Yeah. Taka got it over really well. It's easy. It's simple. If you can do a scoop slam, you can do that, and you can hook the leg. You can reverse it really well. I loved that spot. I know exactly what you're talking about. Rollins, Strowman. I got Rollins winning this.
Yeah, I don't think they're ever going to put that big title on the big man. They had their opportunities many times, and they decided not to. I don't know where anything goes after that, though, is the problem. I feel like Seth wins, and it's a whole. We're in a holding pattern. It's fall. So we'll get to Survivor Series, and they'll keep telling us that SmackDown and Raw never come together and fight each other. Only tonight they do it, even though we know that's a complete lie. We're just gonna hold pattern until we get there. So Braun loses because he does.
Here's to hoping that the rosters get split and are kept split after this. There needs to be something to differentiate these. If you're wondering how the Fiend main event went, he clotheslined one of them, hit a Uranagi, hit a Sister Abigail, and then finished the match by putting his brother Bo Dallas in the mandible claw and beating him. It lasted, I think about 50 seconds. But hey, you know what? He is an attraction right now.
Oh, he certainly is, man.
He is an attraction, and that's something that you don't get a lot. I mean, they announced to that crowd, they were like, the main event will be the B team. And everybody's like, whatever. Against the Fiend, and the place went crazy. So that's good. That's what you want. You want him to be somebody you can throw on live events and get people to pay and come see it.
Yep.
Guys, leave a thumbs up on this video. You guys want to watch List Your Boy tomorrow. Alex is not on that show, but myself and Jimmy often break down the Anthem decisions, and I've got a lot of behind-the-scenes information on this Anthem access stuff. Oh boy, it is going to be a time. Eloquent says the King of the Ring finals will be on Raw, according to Wrestling Observer. Yeah, we'll see. Not everybody bats 1,000, so we'll check on that. I have asked WWE what they're going to do, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Fightful Select this week, Q&A podcast. We have the Fightful Backstage Report is the last 205 Live NXT UK review before we switch and we add some of the other stuff. And then we have the Weekender podcast as well. Till next time, guys, we're out.